Are you tired of seeing a listing pop up in your neighborhood and you're not the agent representing the sellers? I got 5 things I'm gonna bring you guys today that's gonna change that, and you're gonna become the neighborhood agent. Hey guys, I got an awesome topic to share with you guys today. We've been getting a ton of questions about how they can prospect and do better things in their neighborhood. It's a tough job, but everybody talks about, man, you gotta farm your neighborhood, you gotta be the best agent in your neighborhood, and it is difficult. My name's Keith Anderson. I am the team leader of KP Elite Real Estate Team here in Arizona, and I'm super excited to say that a ton of our agents are using a strategy that I'm gonna bring to you guys today, and they are killing it. So I'm gonna bring you guys 5 things that you're gonna go through, and if you take those 5 steps, you're gonna change your entire business, and you guys are gonna become a neighborhood agent, the expert in your marketplace. So number 1, you're gonna have to become a market expert in your neighborhood. It's what we like to call research. It's so crucial. How can you become an expert or be considered by others the best agent in your neighborhood if you don't even know what's going on in your neighborhood? So there's a couple ways we can go about and do that. So in order to research, you can go to a title company or your team leader and pull statistics of that entire neighborhood. You can get names and numbers, how many owners are in the neighborhood, how many people are renting. You can get all that data, including names and even phone numbers. That gives you a big advantage to start your research and start building relationships with everyone there. So that's really key. But beyond that, you're also gonna need to know how many active listings are there, how many of them are under contract, how many sold this last month, what's the average price point, what's the price per square foot generally in your neighborhood. These are all really cool things that you can know and learn and become a conversation starter for any of those conversations around your market data. So number 1, most important thing, dig deep, learn everything about your neighborhood. That even means go and look at community events, look at what's going on in your neighborhood. When's bulk trash pickup days? When's your all your trash scheduled to be picked up and recycling and all that stuff? All those are little things, but they can all help in your general knowledge of the neighborhood so that you can become very informed and become that expert in your neighborhood. So number 1 is the research and becoming that expert. Number 2, very important one here, is called get connected. So remember, our goal is to build a database in your neighborhood to be that expert. The only way that people are gonna remember you as the expert is if you're connected to them and you build platforms or you build opportunities to talk and to communicate with those people. So there's a couple ways we can do it. Number 1, if there isn't one already, generate a very local, isolated Facebook group for your specific neighborhood. So let's say for Spectrum, again, for situational, for this current thing, is what we want to talk about. Let's say Spectrum Estates. That's an isolated neighborhood inside the whole thing of Spectrum. Now, there might be a Spectrum community group that already encompasses everything inside Spectrum, but is there one specific to just Spectrum Estates? Spectrum's a master plan community, and we want to isolate and focus on a smaller community where they feel like there's a really close network of those neighbors, and it might only be a couple hundred people. That might even be too many. It might even be less than 100. So look for a social group that you can create on Facebook or Instagram or other places to isolate a specific part of your neighborhood. Number 2, you need to join in a lot of those other groups like Nextdoor and Ring doorbell apps, or all of those community security system apps. There's a lot of ways to connect with people, neighborhood watch apps. If you're probably not gonna be able to create one, but you need to join it so that you can be a voice on those platforms. And then lastly, a big part of learning about your community and getting connected is join an HOA board or join the board committee and be a part of a lot of those events. A lot of communities already have other events like food truck nights and different venues and different things, but you can also be a voice in your community and on your board to say what's gonna happen and what's gonna be involved with in the future. That is also another way you can become an expert and shed value to a lot of people that is gonna be reaching out to you and asking about things. So number 3, once we're connected, now we need to network. So number 3 is networking. You have to actually make those connections with the people that you're connected to. So a couple great ways we can do that. The number 1 strategy I would say is every time someone buys a house in your neighborhood, you need to generate a welcome gift, a package. It could be a box of bread or a bunch of cookies. It doesn't matter. It could be anything, something fun, something welcoming. And you need to take that and hand deliver it to every new neighbor. Now you can track as a real estate agent when that house closes. So you can see the pending sales coming and you know when they're gonna close, and you can go in there right after they close, welcome that new neighbor. Now you can even look at tax records and see who the name is, so you can make it really personalized. Maybe give them something with their last name on it, make it a custom personalized gift for them. That goes so far and it'll make them feel so special. Go hand deliver it. Welcome them to the neighborhood and let them know your name, your contact info, and let them know you can be a resource to them if they have any questions at all. Right there, you just built so much rapport and relationship with someone that has no clue who else is in the neighborhood. They now feel welcomed and connected to you. And if there's any other questions, they're gonna reach out to you. They're not gonna reach out to their past agent. They're gonna reach out to you because you're the neighborhood expert and you have all the resources that they need. The other big one that you can do and start with is block parties. So you see a lot of neighborhoods throw parties and host things, but let's keep it small, let's keep it focused. Start with just your street. See if you can meet all your neighbors, door knock and welcome them into an event that you're gonna host maybe once a quarter, maybe twice a year, whatever you feel comfortable with. But you can start a party and you need to make that party both adult and kid friendly so that everyone has an opportunity to come and be a part of it. Throw a movie projector screen and have a movie night for the kids, and then have drinks and fun or games for the adults at the same time so everybody can have a lot of fun. Invite everybody, door knock on every street or all on your street, on every house, and really welcome them and invite them to be a part of that. That's how you can meet a ton of neighbors really quickly and build relationships between everybody. So those are two really, really good strategies to network with your connections and gain those relationships and build rapport. Now, once you started a network, in order to remind those people that you're an agent and that you're an expert and that you want to help them when they do need to sell or buy, is you have to be able to provide them value on a consistent basis. So there's a couple ways we can do that. One is we could build something called a community vendor list. Now, I have not seen anyone do this out here. So if you guys are the first ones doing this, I guarantee you're gonna get a lot of good feedback, as well as a lot of good just rapport building opportunities. Build a community vendor list of people in your community and or close by to your community that's great at what they do. So I'm talking about landscapers, pool people, cleaners, anything that the average person in your neighborhood would use or need. Build that list of resources, and you can give that to brand new people that just moved to your community and or all your neighbors next door. Build that relationship and say, yeah, if you need anyone at all for anything in your house, I got you. Reach out to me and I'll send you their contact info, and you can just be that connector for all the people in your neighborhood. They're gonna reach out to you, and it could be something random like, hey, I need someone that helps me with windows. Great. If you don't have someone on that vendor list, go find that person, put it on your list and send that referral, but you need to be the value add of your neighborhood. Now, beyond that, a couple of things that you can also do is CMAs. You can pull market data and see what people's houses are worth and send them on a semi-annual basis or maybe once a year, reminding them, hey, just want to let you know that this is your value. Just wanted to give you guys some value this year. Whatever it is, that's a great way. You can hand deliver it, door knock their neighborhood, and just start hand delivering these out to people and just give it to them for free. You don't have to have a full conversation. Just say, hey, I'm always here if you need anything. I'm just trying to provide value to my neighborhood. The other thing is you start to build your marketing and gain more income when it comes to delivering this entire market experience, is you can do a mailer over time. So you can mail something out to just your local neighbors, giving full market stats, full market updates, and you can do that once a month, giving them the knowledge that they need to know you're the expert and you're the ones providing all this value to them. So all of those things are super key. There's many, many more, but those are a couple to get started with right now that would change your business right away. Lastly, item number 5 is strategy. You have to think about how you're gonna go about this. When you enter a neighborhood, it's big, it's hard, it's a lot of work. You can't just jump into a full neighborhood activity and say, hey, I'm gonna farm 500 houses, I'm gonna become the neighborhood expert for everybody. It doesn't always work that way. So the number one strategy here is start small, work your way out. Start with the house to your left and the house to your right and the house across your street. Start with those 3. And then slowly work down your individual street until you know everyone, until you've built relationships with everyone. Then jump over a street, both directions of your house. Work small, then get bigger and bigger until you really start to know more and more people. Over time, word will travel and they'll share your name with other people and you'll become that neighborhood expert. Lastly, if you want to make your job a whole lot easier, you need to find what I like to call the neighborhood know-it-alls. These people are key to your success of building a great neighborhood presence. You know who they are. They're the person that knows every other person on the street, all of the stuff going on. They know all the drama, but they also know all the goods and the bads and everything. You need to isolate those people. You'll know right off the bat who they are. Invite them over for a private dinner or some one-on-one time. Develop that relationship better than anyone else potentially in that neighborhood, because they're going to be your gateway to building other relationships in the future and knowing when things are going to happen. So start with the neighborhood know-it-alls, build that relationship until you can become also a neighborhood know-it-all and you can really build your expert advice in this neighborhood. So hope you guys liked today. Start with those 5 strategies, build your business, grow your network, and expand your neighborhood expertism, okay? Let's be an expert in your neighborhood. Be your neighborhood real estate agent. We'll see you next time.